May I just a quick one? Devastating situation, but what are the key lessons to pick from this kind of situation?
First of all, you need to get the genesis of this problem. When this facility was started in 1996, and later upgraded to an engineered facility in 2001, it was meant to be decommissioned by 2015. So from that time, this garbage shouldn't have been there. One lesson we learned: indolence is costly. Indolence. Secondly, there are modern ways of managing solid waste. This is no longer sustainable in the 21st century. We understood this all enough way back in 2015, 2016. We bought land in Dund, 136 acres, where we were supposed to relocate and establish a state-of-the-art facility for recycling garbage and also handling it in a modern way, to manage solid waste in a modern way. That's the way to go. Now, government failed to provide the funds. Government refused to provide the funds. Our assessment puts it at 190 billion that will require to establish a robust state-of-the-art engineering plant or recycling plant, which can help us handle this facility, this crisis, handle solid waste in a modern way. That's what we require, 190 billion. And decommissioning of Kiteezi, we have procrastinated so much. Actually, not only indolence, one lesson we learned, the biggest lesson we learned: indolence, procrastination is criminal. Is criminal because this is criminal negligence which occasioned this. There are people who are culpable. There are people who are squarely responsible. And the first blame goes to General Kaguta Museveni, because we have had all these plans in place, the grandiose plans, all the arrangements in place. Nobody should fault us on planning. Nobody, because we have all these plans and I can share them with you, but they require funds. Recycling, generating electricity, getting composite manure, getting all these things we can do, including methane gas from here. We have all those plans on paper. They are ready. They are there. Unfortunately, government has not provided us with adequate funding to do this. Actually, solid waste management in Kampala is one of the unfunded sectors. Solid waste. I'll tell you, generally speaking, if you ask me, what is the budget for sanitation in Kampala? It is laughable. We don't have a serious budget for sanitation. Yet that is our core mandate as KCCA, to keep the city clean. I've said this time and again. This is the only national landfill we have. And you can see the dire state in which it is right now. The catastrophe in waiting which has always been here. And it's the national facility, the national landfill we have had here.
The fate of the people?
Before I talk about the fate of the people, the studies we have conducted. In 2001, we got a report from our consultants, because we commissioned a study on how to decommission Kiteezi. We conducted a study. We enlisted the services of some consulting engineers. They are called the Queensland and Leeds Engineering Company, consultants. They come up with a very beautiful and comprehensive report on how to decommission this. Actually, their recommendation was, let's use anaerobic methods, or what they call anaerobic digestion, to generate methane gas from here. Government did not provide the funds. We asked our consultants, how much would it cost? They put it in the region of 26 billion. Government refused to bring that money. We had now to resort to development partners, investors, to come and help us. And you know how bureaucratic it is and how costly it is. We had not made any headway, because we had the Chinese, the Koreans who had come here and they had shown interest, and government was not helpful in this. Another thing was about generating electricity, because the studies indicated that we could generate 60 megawatts from this garbage here. 60 megawatts, which would go on the national grid. I've time and again complained about the unconscionable policy put in place by General Museveni of keeping it at a low price of 5 cents, which is not attractive to investors. It's not lucrative. and they wouldn't recoup their investment with a paltry sum of 5 cents. I've done studies, comparative studies, and they indicate Kachira, theirs is 8 cents. Skowl from sugarcane, also 8 cents. Isimba, 18, and so on and so forth. Now, why 5? We have already questioned why 5. So the other lesson we are learning, General Kaguta Museveni should revisit that policy of 5% capping threshold, because it's thwarting our efforts of turning this garbage into electricity. He should revisit that policy. The other thing is about implementing the SGR report. The SGR report that was given to us by the consultants. We need to do it yesterday. We need to generate methane out of this garbage. It's possible. Methane gas can be generated from this garbage, and it doesn't cost much. That money can easily be sourced, can be even easily provided by the central government. That is it.
The fate of the people around, many are shifting. They've been told to relocate and leave this area. Compensation must be a matter.
Well,
what type of thing?
I got shocked when General Museveni was just complaining about settlement of the people here, asking who allowed these poor people to come and settle within the vicinity of this landfill, of this facility. I don't think that was justified the question. No, it's not. This is not the time to pose such questions and asking the IGG to investigate who allowed these people to settle here. I don't think Mr. Museveni is misdirecting his attention to something which is trivial, which is not necessary at this material time. He's misaddressing, he's misconstruing the challenge we are confronting right now. The immediate challenge right now is to focus on the safety of the people here. Safety of the people. And it's the onus is on government to come up with a plan on how to handle this. The onus is on General Kaguta Museveni, it's on the cabinet, it's on the institution of KCC to work out a robust and comprehensive resettlement plan for these people. A coherent one with clear funding. And I think that's the task the Prime Minister should start with here. Because this is another calamity in waiting. You can see the homesteads here. Anytime this garbage mountain gives way and it buries these remaining houses, the earlier we do it, the better. You can't just scare away these people. Now the deployment here, the military is here, the police is here, they are just chasing away people. Go away, go away. Where do you want them to go? In wilderness? To go and sleep on the streets? Where do you want them to go? The question is, what plan, relocation plan do we have as government? That is the point, and that's what I want to hear from Robinah Nabanja. What resettlement plan have we put in place? And where is the funding for that resettlement? How do we resettle these people elsewhere without pointing and accusing a finger of who brought them here, how they came to stay here? They have been here legally. Many of these people have been here for several decades. Actually, some of the Bataka here were settled here long before this facility was put in place here. You can't ask them how they came to settle here. Maybe you would ask, how did the facility come to be located in a residential area? That's the question Mr. Museveni can pose. And that squarely puts the blame on KCC and the government. How do you put a facility of this nature, which is potentially hazardous and dangerous, in a residential area? That's the question you should be posing. Not to ask how the residents came to settle here, when actually many of them settled here long before the facility was put in place. So I think it would be grossly unfair and unjust for General Kaguta Museveni to direct that these people be forcibly evicted or removed from here. We need a resettlement or relocation plan well worked out by the Prime Minister and funded by government so that we can do it in an orderly manner.